Blue Jackets continue their preseason tonight in Chicago as they take on the Blackhawks. It's going to be the second time in the preseason that they see Chicago. And Jody, this time it's going to be different because they had them in that first game. Now the players have a couple of games underneath them. The battles are really intensifying as we get to the midway point in camp.
Yeah, you're right. It's that part of camp where this will progress, and you've seen it throughout the first 3 games. The games are getting a little bit better. Guys are getting sharper. I think the competition now, Bob, is getting tighter. You're going to see these players getting this opportunity tonight in Chicago who didn't play last night in Columbus. They're going to push the pace here. So this is where you appreciate your opportunity getting in there. Practice is over. They really want to show their stuff. All
right, let's talk about pushing the pace. A guy that's going to be pushing once again is Alexander Wennberg. He had some visa trouble, and he wasn't able to get here for the start of camp after signing his brand new deal, but he's back in the lineup tonight.
I mean, preseason obviously is a little different, but you know, a game is a game. Everyone wants to win. So, I mean, you can see the guys a little rusty out there, and I feel like for me, it's not probably going to be my best game ever, but you just got to make the best out of it.
The #1 center for the Columbus Blue Jackets is back with the uniform on. We're all happy to see that, Bob. And he's a guy that's probably, well, he's so refreshed, you can tell from what he said, but excited to get back. This is what you want to do as a player. You don't want to practice. You don't want to train. You don't want to travel. You want to play hockey. So here he is tonight. He's going to play with Matty Calvert, the veteran, and then Oliver Bjorkstrand, a guy that's going to try to make an impact this season.
And I guess if you show up late, you have to go on the road to play in your first preseason game, right? Well, a guy that's happy to go on the road and try to make an impression is on the blue line tonight, and that is Dean Kukan, who's going to get a great opportunity to play alongside of Jack Johnson.
I mean, it always makes it easier. I mean, last game I played with Savard, this game with Johnson always makes it easier to play with these guys. They have a lot of experience, and yeah, they help you out, and yeah, it's nice to play with these guys.
Dean Kukan, quietly an effective player for the Columbus Blue Jackets. We saw him last year. He's a very good skater. He's a guy that's pretty reliable out there. And tonight he gets to play with the veteran Jack Johnson. That's a good indication for someone trying to make an impression in camp when they get to play with a veteran guy like that. That gets them excited. So watch him tonight.
As we get into this point of the preseason, and the games are coming fast and furious now. Tonight's game is going to be the second game in 3 days, almost 2.5 days. They'll play 3 games. And it starts to spell what could be the final chance or chances for some players. And I wonder if Vitaly Abramov is on that list. Now, he played last night against the Pittsburgh Penguins. He gets a chance to get back in there tonight against the Chicago Blackhawks. For a guy like that, is this the time where you really have to be an impact guy?
Well, he's a guy that I think I went into last night's game saying he might be thinking too much. The more he plays, the more he's going to relax, the slower the game gets for him. And I say that things start to slow down. Right now he's processing too much. He's got to think about a system. Coaches are watching that. He's trying to do too much with the puck maybe. So I think, yes, Bob, this might be one of those opportunities that he's got to seize. And in Chicago, on the road, maybe this kid can relax and play. So it's so fun to watch these young guys in camp. Guys evolve, and maybe tonight Abramov rises to the top.
Well, Artemi Panarin is not taking the trip back to Chicago. He'll do that in a couple of weeks when it counts in the regular season. Brandon Saad did not make the trip to Columbus, but there's probably a pretty good chance that Brandon Saad would face some of his old teammates tonight.
Well, we'll see tonight, and that's interesting to see that what happens there. We did see Panarin against the Blackhawks here at home and Mott. And we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, interesting with Chicago. They're a team that's looking to get back into it. And they thought that pickup of Saab was going to be a big one. He did have a hat trick in preseason the other night. But these guys in Columbus are going up to try to get that first win of the preseason for this organization. Should be a good game.
Puck drops at 8 o'clock. Pregame coverage starts at 7:45. You can hear it on the Blue Jackets Radio Network and at BlueJackets.com. That's going to do it for our Rink Report. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott.